But let's really talk about the 3,500 clients we've learned from. What are their expectations? What are they looking for? What are their fears? What are their worries? So, Heather, you want to just start off and really talk about our clientele and who they are?
Absolutely. Well, in general, our clientele are just hardworking individuals that are approaching retirement or at retirement. They've worked hard, they've socked away money, and they want to be able to, us give permission for them to use it, but then to protect it. Once you're in retirement, you don't have time on your side as much as you did when you were working. So a lot of our clients are looking for something secure that where the annuities definitely fall in because they're principal protected. Often they have lifetime income guarantees on them. And also to have the ability to sleep at night. You talk about sleep insurance a lot. That they are not going to lose everything overnight. You and I have experienced several dips in the market, working together. They don't want to experience that horror in retirement. So our savers are really looking for the security, the ability to be able to use their money. And that's one thing that our income plans do provide is they can see it laid out that they've got a plan and how that's going to work for them.
And Trey, I wanted you to piggyback on the income plan. We really, I guess not that we take it for granted, but even I call it the wow effect. Explain the one couple that came in and for seeing something, their life's work on this income plan, describe what goes through people's minds when they finally see our planning process.
Yeah, I think in general, savers, and this is not a knock at all, the finance is not their thing. They understand it. They understand they need to save money. They've put money into a 401k. But then they get to the point of retiring and it's like, what next? And I think our income plans provide that what next. And we delivered it to her and she just goes, wow. And it was like that.
I said, can I get you on TV just saying, wow, we were going to even do a bubble where she'd pop up every once in a while.
And it was at that moment they saw, here's when our wages stop. Here's when Social Security is going to start. Here's when distributions from our Charles Schwab are going to take us till when his Social Security was going to start. And then here's when the annuities kick in. This amount of income at the bottom was almost equal to what they were making while they were still working. And we could show that they weren't going to run out of it. And that, any wow moment, that's a pretty good wow moment.
Yeah, yesterday I had a gentleman in for a second appointment. So again, folks, we use an appointment process. We don't rush people through the process. I'd already met with him. The income planning department laid it out. I met with him yesterday. And we always tell people up front, every time we deliver what we call the assessment, you're going to look at this. We'll go over the high points. You're going to take it with you and think about it. And so when I was going to that bottom line and I said, so we're showing you gross, that's before taxes, around $100,000 a year. And he looked at me and goes, well, I'm not making that much money now. What am I going to do with all that money? And I kind of laughed. I said, that's your problem. But it's like he could not believe that. And the assumptions speak to that, Wes. Why are people sometimes shocked? And I'm sure competitors are, when we put 3% assumptions, why are we doing that? And obviously we're hoping we earn more than that, but why do we use these conservative assumptions moving forward?
Well, speaking to the saver personality, you use the Will Rogers quote, more concerned with the return of their money than on it. So it is refreshing to work with people who are more concerned that you're going to get this money back to them. We can do all the financial metrics as far as talking downside deviation and Sharpe ratios and maximum drawdown. We could talk all that stuff with them if they wanted to, but the refreshing part of it is they are more concerned about actually being able to use the money and not so much about what percent on paper that they're making. What you're referencing is the assumption that we make on our income plans for how much growth we're expecting. We use 3%. That's a very low figure. I mean, even just at the time of this recording, the risk-free rate of 4% on a CD is higher than what we're assuming on those income plans. But the reason we do that is because we would rather show you a low estimate and exceed those expectations. I think the inverse of that is that a lot of advisors will show high rates of return, show you really high expectations, but then you've got that problem where if you fall below that, you really are starting to kind of not do what you told them you were going to do. And we can't guarantee anything, but to set our assumptions low, I think it bodes well for people who are, again, more concerned with the return of their money than on it.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like, check out these other clips. And be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button for more videos.